Hello you guys and welcome to my makeup drawers. We're gonna be filming our first Shop My Stash of 2024. I am gonna try and post these monthly. I'm not gonna try and do bi-weekly. I'm not gonna try and do every 3 weeks, but I feel like if I do something at the beginning of every month for Shop My Stash, I can commit to that. So that's what we're doing. And I'm actually starting with all new drawers. So this is where I store, all of my makeup. And right in front of these drawers, I have my desk. And please ignore how messy they are. So these are my desk drawers, and I get ready at my desk every day. In this first drawer, it looks so messy. Please do not judge me. In this bin, I have just like eye products for the most part. Mascaras, there's some lip products spilling over clearly. Mascara, eyebrow, not really eyeliner, maybe like one eyeliner here and there, some potted singles, etc. And then up here I keep lip products, and I think what I'm going to do for lip products is I'm not necessarily going to be picking out lip products from my collection each Shop My Stash, but I will collect them in my bin here, and then when we do my next rotation, I'll share with you all the lip products that I was using the month prior. Over here, I usually try and do primers, foundations. I am going to be working on this right now. It's my Iconic London Super Smoother. I'm almost done with this, so I'm just gonna keep this in this desk drawer, but aside from that, we're pretty much starting fresh. And then back here is just kind of like spillover. And then in the drawer next to it, I usually do powder, blush, bronzer, highlight, regular powders up the center, and then cream, blush, bronzer, highlight. And that's what we're going to do. So the powders that I currently have here, I'm going to keep right now. I have the RCMA powder, which is in my Laura Mercier no translucent like setting powder container. So that's what this is, and I'm going to keep that in. And then, as you can hopefully see, I'm almost done with this Hourglass powder, and I'm just trying to finish that off. So that is just going to be in here. And then I'm also working on my Ilia bronzer kind of unofficially right now. So that I'm going to keep here as well. But pretty much starting fresh. And then just to show you guys my little bookshelf over on this side, in this cubby right here is all the products that I'm currently working on throughout project pans. I'll also always leave my project pans linked in the description box for Shop My Stash in case you're interested in catching them. I have my little like pencil holder of eyeliners. That's like every eyeliner in my collection. And then I just have some like random, that other like organizer is technically supposed to be for new products that I'm in the process of testing, but right now it's kind of just like a hodgepodge of items, some new, some random. So that's where we're at. That being said, we're gonna jump right into my drawers to get to filling. So in this top drawer, top two drawers really are palettes. This top drawer I'm gonna reserve for new palettes to my collection that I'm testing. And then this drawer is for my monthly palette inspiration, as well as my No Pan Left Behind palettes, anything that I might be working on in a project. And then in drawer 3 here, we have all of my face palettes, and I'm going to try and be decent about at least working on 1 to 2 face palettes at any given time. And I think I'm definitely going to grab this one from NARS. This was their Holiday Palette 2022. This is what this one looks like. If you guys know me, you know I absolutely love these NARS face palettes. And I just feel like these pinks are really unique, not necessarily unique, I just feel like they're good to reach for this time of year. And I've definitely been reaching for some of my other NARS face palettes, but haven't reached for this one much lately. So I'm gonna grab that. And then I think I'm also gonna grab my Hourglass Ghost. Hello. It's like very dark out, so I'm sorry the lighting is so terrible, but I'm gonna grab the Hourglass Ghost Quad as well. I really like this like pink shade for this time of year. I really like this Ghost Quad, so I'll grab that. And then I think I'm actually also gonna grab this duo from LH Cosmetics, just because it is more of like this like berry mauve sort of tone, and I feel like winter is definitely the time of year that I am feeling like reaching for shades like this. So I will grab this as well. And I think maybe that will be it. Do I want to grab my Aurora Glow Kit? No. Maybe to try and use each of these one time at least. I'm going to grab this as well. Random, but we're pulling in the Aurora Glow Kit. All right, in this drawer we have all of my foundations. I do have some foundations that I'm currently working on in projects, and I have not been self-tanning lately, so I feel like I just need to grab like the absolute lightest foundations that I own, which I feel like right now is this L'Oreal True Match in the shade W2, and even so, I still feel like this is a little bit light. I also actually am going to grab this from Laura Mercier. This might be a little bit too dark for me right now, but I need to decide if I am decluttering this. I feel like I said I was going to, and I want to give it one last try and then truly decide if I'm going to pass this along. I want this to work so badly. And then I think another light shade in my collection is this one from Herborience, the CC cream. I really enjoy this for like no makeup days, so I'm gonna grab this as well, and then we'll call it good for foundation. Next drawer is all of my blushes. What do I want to grab? I think I'm going to grab this blush from Merit. This is in the shade Raspberry Beret. Again, kind of like a berry color, which is something I really feel inclined to reach for this time of year. That being said, I'm also going to grab the shade Berry Juicy from Glowish. Again, I just feel more inclined to reach for a berry this time of year. I'm going to grab the shade Empower, Encourage from Rare Beauty. Of like a very beautiful mauve toned liquid blush. Else, I think I might also grab, it's been a while since I've reached for this one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is Pillow Talk Intense, and again, it's kind of giving me berry vibes. I feel like I should grab something a little bit more neutral. And I'm gonna grab this one from Physicians Formula just because it's been a while since I've reached into this. This is the Butter Believe It blush in the shade Pink Sands. This ends up being just like a really light pink neutral on the cheeks. And then the last blush I think I'm gonna grab is Persona Bubble, and I think I'm gonna grab it in both the powder, this bright blush, but it actually doesn't end up being this bright on the cheeks. This is the time of year I would want to reach for something like this, but I'm gonna grab it in both the powder as well as the cream version. So I'm gonna grab both bubbles. All right, moving on to this drawer. We've got a lot going on in this drawer. We have primer, bronzer, and then concealer back here as well. I do have quite a few, and actually I just realized this is something I'm definitely decluttering. This shouldn't be here. I'm working on some primers throughout various projects, so I don't really know that I want to pull much for primer. I think I'm gonna pull this one from Milk though. This is the Pore Eclipse Primer. It's the only mattifying primer that I have, and I'm trying to, because this is a mini, I'm trying to work my way through this. And once I get through this, I'm gonna repurchase the Tarte, the pore filling one, my favorite one. Why can't I think of it? But I want to finish this one first. I think that's it for primer. For bronzer, I really am heavily focused on the Ilia bronzer for a powder bronzer, but I do think I'm going to pull this one from Patrick Ta. Hello again. This is in the shade She's Statuesque, and it's definitely one of the lighter, like, bronzers in my collection, and then obviously I have the cream contour as well. I was using this quite a bit, I feel like in like October, November time, and I'd like to continue to use this quite a bit. I feel like, do I want to grab anything else? I think I'm going to grab the shade Clay from Merit. This is a really beautiful bronzer stick, especially on days that I'm doing more minimal makeup. I would like to just have this kind of easy to grab and go. And then back here we have, I don't know how well you'll be able to see, I don't have a lot of concealers left. This one is definitely one of my olders in my collection. It's the NYX Born to Glow concealer. I'm gonna grab this. I'm also working on the Kosas Revealer concealer in my Rolling Project 10 pan, and lo and behold, my Kosas cap broke again, which is so annoying. So I'd really like to finish that one from Kosas as quickly as possible, but I will also roll this in. All right, moving on to this drawer. This one is very full. This is my powders and my highlights. So I think I'm gonna pull in this Say Glowy Cheek. This is in the shade Pink Glow. I haven't yet really found a way that I like to use this, but I feel like maybe if I want just like a metallic blush, which is so rare, it's too dark on my like actual cheeks, but I'm gonna grab this. What other highlights do I want to grab? I think I'm gonna grab this one from Merit. This is in the shade Bounce. This is one of their cream highlighters. It's more of a pink tone, and they recently sent this over, and I'd like to get some more use out of it. This is also a really easy product to just kind of dab on your cheeks and go. And then I think maybe, I think it's been a little bit since I've reached for this one from Laura Mercier. This is in the shade Rose Glow. It's a really beautiful kind of rose gold highlight that's more subtle, which is definitely more my preference. And it's been a little bit since I've reached for this, and everything else is kind of feeling like super metallic. maybe I'll also, if I want something powder and more champagne, I'll grab this one from Makeup by Mario. This is in the shade Pearl, and it's a really beautiful kind of pearlized highlight that's, it's a highlight, but it's not too much. So I'm gonna grab that as well. For my powders, I'm gonna grab, if I can get it out, which I don't know if I can. Okay, for my pressed powder, I'm gonna grab this one from CoverGirl. It's the Clean Fresh powder. I love this powder. I feel like I actually did buy quite a few pressed powders last year, so I feel like this one kind of got neglected. And recently I've been reaching for my Fenty powder foundation a lot. So I'm gonna give that one a rest and I will work on this. And then I also have, that RCMA powder that I'm trying to finish, so I think I'll hold off on grabbing my Prism Libre powder. Do I wanna grab any other powders? No, maybe I'm just gonna stick to CoverGirl Clean Fresh for right now. I think I am. All right, and then the rest of the drawers are lip products, like I said. And then like brows and stuff, but I'm not gonna grab any new brows, no new mascaras. I'm not gonna grab any lip liners. And I'm really not gonna grab any potted singles to switch out right now, or am I? Hopefully you guys can see a little bit better. Maybe I'll grab, I think I'll grab the Stila Wanderlust and Kitten Kaleidoscope just because I should really get use out of this because it's definitely gonna dry out. But I think that's all I'm gonna grab from this drawer. All right guys, that was extremely short and sweet. I know these will be longer going forward because we'll obviously recap what was previously in my drawers, whereas we were kind of starting fresh today. But that's gonna wrap it up for today's Shop My Stash. Clearly I do need to clean out my makeup drawers. Not new year, new me when it comes to my makeup drawers, but I feel like this does not feel super overwhelming. I feel like it actually feels like I can see everything. I don't have drawers that are busting at the seams. Obviously, my makeup collection is right behind me, so if I want to grab for anything else, I can. But I would really like to like get good use out of the products that I'm rotating and cycling through. So that is going to wrap it up for today's Shop My Stash video. I would love to know if you plan to do a Shop My Stash this year and what you are pulling out to use in January. Thanks so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting me and my channel as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.